So sex and the sexual act is very quickly just an individual act. It's you don't need, on the internet, you actually don't need a physical partner. You can be having sex for 5 or 6 hours by just lusting over a whole lot of stuff on pornographic sites. And of course, if you're married, that's a problem, because that's called adultery and you're not going to heaven there. If you're not married, it's called fornication, sex without marriage. So you won't be going to heaven either. So one of the big problems is if you get addicted to that stuff, you can guarantee you won't be going to heaven at the end. You got to get it sorted. Now, how are you going to get sorted? Only God can do that. Only God can sort it. Get a whole pile of people there sitting on a screen there looking at other people having sex, or all sorts of lewd and rude sexual scenarios, and them having sex with themselves, they become lovers of themselves and lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. Now, it says that God's coming back and there's going to be a lukewarm church. Love of many will wax cold. Why? Because iniquity will abound. Where? Out there on the net, out there in the world. Iniquity will abound. Our children is going to be sad because they're having sex at a younger age. They're watching pornography. We've got all sorts of problems in that area with pedophilia and stuff like that. So it's not a good situation. If you're a Christian, you get involved in it, I tell you what, it's addictive, and you really need to sort it out with God. Fasting, whatever. If you really desire to walk with God, you're going to have to do it hard. I'll tell you that right now. And if you think, oh no, it's okay, God will forgive me, I'll tell you what, it's addictive. You keep watching it, you'll keep watching it, and you'll keep watching it. It won't take much to pull the trigger. The enemy's got you. Satan will have you. He'll have you right in his hand. Of course, God has deliverers that will have come through those scenarios: prostitution, homosexuality, transvestite, pornography, all of that. He's got preachers. There are preachers out there that have come through that scenario, and they will be able to tell you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Those that have been through it, God's warriors, will be able to help. But it's a spiritual scenario. The help is spiritual. You might try and do it yourself. I'm afraid you really need some spiritual help. And there are a lot of books on the subject. This one I mentioned about Brad Huddleston's one, The Dark Side of Technology. Have a look at that. There's a course called The Valiant Man, which is worth going in. If they haven't got the course in your church, have a look at it. See if you can get it happening, because that gets you right back to cherishing your loved ones, cherishing your wife, cherishing your husband as a gift from God, as opposed to a sexual object. And the sexual scenario there and pornography and that, they're abused. They're abused, and you can hear the testimony of many ex-porn stars that have gone through the scenario, and they can tell you some stuff that will make your blood cringe. You really need to know a lot of that stuff. You need to know the other side of pornography. You need to know that it's a big setup. It's a setup to take your faith away from you, and if you keep pursuing it, you won't be going to heaven. I'm going to tell you that right now.